Hello everyone, welcome to SuPrabha Academy English medium course for MPSC combined exam Group B and Group C. My name is Akshay and today we are going to study about Panchayat Raj institutions. In that topic, we are going to mainly focus on two posts, that is Sarpanch and Upsarpanch. Okay, we are going to have a look or we are going to study about their election, their qualifications, their disqualification, the motion which is introduced to remove them, that is known as no confidence motions, their powers, their duties, each and everything. And within the topic we will also discuss the previous year question which are asked by the commission. So kindly take a pen and paper and note it down each and everything, or you can take a screenshot of this slides. Okay, so let's begin. Sarpanch and Upasarpanch. Okay, so these two dignitaries or two functionaries are enlisted or been appointed by which act? The act name is Maharashtra Gram Panchayat Act, and we have taken all this material by analyzing and taking notes from the previous year questions and having studied this act, and we have formed this material by which we are going to study, and you will be referring this material. Okay, fine. So what is the importance of Sarpanch and Upasarpanch? Sarpanch is the chief executive head of Gram Panchayat. He is basically the head of the Gram Panchayat. He supervises the functioning of Gram Panchayat. He supervises the works. He advises or he looks overall the functioning of Gram Panchayat. Okay. The next position is Upsarpanch. Upsarpanch performs his duties when the Sarpanch is absent. Okay. So Sarpanch, if the Sarpanch is not present, Upsarpanch performs his duties. Both are the key functionaries for the administration and development of a village. Okay, moving on to the next slide. The slide in which the next topic is election of Sarpanch. Okay, so as per the Maharashtra Gram Panchayat Amendment Act 2017, the government have amended the section 30A subclause 1A, in which they have introduced a new method or a form of election in which the Sarpanch is directly elected by the villagers of whom their names are enrolled in the electoral rolls. Upasarpanch is elected indirectly by the elected members of Gram Panchayat. Okay. Eligibility of the Sarpanch. Okay. So the candidate who wants to become a Sarpanch must qualify all these conditions. Okay. The first condition says that his name should be enlisted in the village electoral rolls. Secondly, he or she should have completed a minimum age of 21 years. And if he is born on or after 1st Jan 1995, he must have passed at least 7th standard of school or equivalent. He must not be disqualified under Maharashtra Gram Panchayat Act or any other applicable law. So here is the PYQ. You can have a look at it and you can understand that what the commission needs from you and in which form you have to study this topic. Okay. The question says minimum age required to contest the Sarpanch elections in Maharashtra is, and the answer is, we have gone through this, the answer is 21 years. Disqualification. The next topic is disqualification of Sarpanch. A person is not eligible for the post of Sarpanch if he is holding any of the post followings. The post is President and Vice President of Jilla Parishad, chairperson of any subject committee of Gram Panchayat, chairperson and vice chairperson of Panchayat Samiti. And if in case a serving individual serving as a Sarpanch is elected to this post, the post of Sarpanch automatically gets vacant. Okay. Meetings which are held for the election of Sarpanch and Upsarpanch. Okay, so the meeting is held after general election or the first constitution of Gram Panchayat. So the date of this meeting is fixed by the district collector, in which after which the district collector appoints an officer to preside preside over this meeting. Okay, so the officer appointed by the district collector don't have the right to vote in this meeting, and in this meeting the topics on which this meeting should be held or the topic should be discussed is only election business allowed. Okay, and in case if a tie is held, so the decision is taken by drawing the lots. Okay. Dispute regarding the election validity. If in case a dispute arises on the election validity, the dispute is filed before the district collector within 15 days of the election date. Okay, and the district collector should give the decision within 60 days. And if the individual is not satisfied from this decision, he can file or place an appeal in front of divisional commissioner within 15 days of the decision of provided by the district collector. Here the divisional commissioner gives his decision within 60 days. Okay, as we have observed in this case as well, and the commissioner decision here is final. Okay, no more appeals can be placed to any other authority. The next slide is term of office. So the term of Sarpanch and Upsarpanch is coterminous to the Gram Panchayat, and the term of Gram Panchayat is 5 years. So the term of office for this post is 5 years. Here is the PYQ. According to Maharashtra Gram Panchayat Act, the term of office of Sarpanch is, okay, so the answer is option number C, that is 5 years. The reservation of Sarpanch post. Okay, so in reservation, the first category we will going to have a look is the category of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe reservation is according to the proportionate to the state population, and in case if for example 10 seats are reserved in a Gram Panchayat for scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, half of the seats is given to or reserved for women's. Okay, and in case if the Gram Panchayat is under a scheduled area, the Sarpanch post is exclusively reserved for the scheduled tribe. The next reservation is OBC or other backward class reservation. So this Gram Panchayat, Maharashtra Gram Panchayat Act provides 27% reservation for the OBC community. Fine. And from this 27%, 50% posts are reserved for women belonging to other backward classes. We have gone through the women reservation before. So there is another concept named as rotation of this reservation. So section 4 of Maharashtra Gram Panchayat Act deals with this rotation of reservation, and this section defines the overall procedure and the authority which will conduct this rotation, and this authority here is state government. Fine. And the reservation overall is based on the article of Indian Constitution, and the article is article number 334, and by the recent amendment to this article, that amendment is 104th Constitutional Amendment Act, this reservation for SC, STs and OBCs has been extended till 2030. Fine. Allowances. Now in case if Sarpanch or Upasarpanch or any member of that Gram Panchayat visits to a place, okay, for the Gram Panchayat work, a daily and travel allowance is given by the Gram Panchayat to the individual. Okay, he might be Sarpanch, Upsarpanch or members. The second allowance here is hospitality allowances for Sarpanch. This allowance is 2% of annual Gram Panchayat income or 6,000. Okay, whichever is lower. Commission may trick you by asking, by giving this same statement, but asking or placing another statement as whichever is higher. Okay, so mentioned or memorize this thing and note it down. Salary. Okay, so the Sarpanch salary is decided by the population of that Gram Panchayat. So Gram Panchayat having 0 to 2000 or under 2000 population, Sarpanch gets 3000 as in salary and Upasarpanch gets 1000 as in salary. Okay, 1000 rupees. And Gram Panchayat having the population of 2000 to 8000, the Sarpanch gets 4000 rupees and Upsarpanch gets 1500 as in salary. The Gram Panchayat above 8000 gets, the Sarpanch gets here 5000 and Upsarpanch gets 2000. Next important thing to get noted here is that government, the state government gives 75% grant to pay the salaries for this Sarpanch and Upsarpanch positions. Next topic is resignation. The Sarpanch, if he wants to resign, he gives a letter of resignation to the chairperson of Panchayat Samiti, and Upasarpanch, if he wants to resign, he gives the resignation letter to Sarpanch. Okay. No confidence motion. Okay, if the members of Gram Panchayat want to remove a certain specific individual who has been posted on the post of Sarpanch, so there is a process known as no confidence motion, and that no confidence motion should be introduced and passed in that Gram Panchayat to remove that individual from the post. So let's go through the procedure. If a motion has to be introduced, a demand of minimum 2/3 members should be placed before the Tahsildar. Okay, and the Tahsildar would convene a special meeting for the no confidence motion, and Tahsildar himself preside over that meeting. So this two things are important here to note. So in that meeting, the rights of Sarpanch and Upsarpanch are, they can participate in that meeting, they can speak, they can vote. Here this is important, they can vote in that meeting. Okay. Majority required. So here, if the motion has to be passed, 3/4 majority of total eligible member is required. Okay, and if the motion passes by 3/4 majority, after this 2017 notification by the government, that motion is placed before the Gram Sabha. Gram Sabha should pass this motion, and after this motion has been passed by the Gram Sabha, after 7 days of this passing of motion, the person has to vacate that Sarpanch post. Okay. Some restrictions are also introduced according to 2020 Amendment Act, and that is that no motion can be introduced within 2 years of election. Okay. In case if in 2025 election has been held for Gram Panchayat, till 2027 no motion of no confidence can be introduced for 2 years. Okay. The second thing it says, if Gram Panchayat term has less than 6 months remaining, if the remaining tenure of the Gram Panchayat is only 6 months, no confidence motion cannot be introduced. And if in case the no confidence motion fails, it cannot be reintroduced for next 2 years. Okay. Disputes on no confidence motion. Okay. So redressal of this dispute is by filing a complaint to the district collector within 7 days. the collector decides within 30 days and he gives his decision. Before 2012, there was a appeal option for the individual who have raised this dispute before the collector. So the appeals against this decision of the collector was been placed before the divisional commissioner. Okay, but after 2012 amendment, this clause has been removed. Here is the PYQ. Who presides over the special meeting convened for no confidence motion against the Sarpanch? So we have seen that Tahsildar presides over the meeting. Okay. Removal from office, that is dismissal. So to dismiss some authority, some person from the specific post, there should be an authority. Here the authority is Standing Committee of Jilla Parishad, and this authority will dismiss a person from the post of Sarpanch and Upsarpanch on certain grounds. Okay, and the grounds are misconduct, disgraceful behavior, negligence, and incapacity. Fine. Note this grounds. Also note this authority that who is empowered to dismiss the individual. Let's go through the procedure. The president of Jilla Parishad, okay, the president of Jilla Parishad gives a notice and he convenes a committee. Okay, then the committee is headed by Chief Executive Officer to inquire into the matter and to the allegations based on the 4 grounds we have discussed earlier. Okay, and after inquiring all the allegations, he means the CEO here, the Chief Executive Officer, submits the report to the standing committee. And once the standing committee finds the allegation true, the person is removed from that post. And once the person is removed, he cannot be re-elected for the remaining term of the Gram Panchayat. So here is the previous year question. Which authority can remove a Sarpanch from office for misconduct or negligence? We have studied this thing. The Standing Committee of Jilla Parishad is the authority which takes the matter of removal. Okay. Vacancy of post. Vacancy due to, okay, death, resignation, removal, and incapacity. If certain vacancies of this type appears, okay, so the vacancy is fulfilled by fresh elections and the new Sarpanch holds the office only for the remaining term of that Gram Panchayat. Okay, powers and functions of Sarpanch. So Maharashtra Gram Panchayat Act section 38 defines the powers and functions of Sarpanch. Kindly note this section. The commission may ask this question that in which section of Maharashtra Gram Panchayat Act the Sarpanch powers and function has been mentioned. Okay, so going through the powers, he is the executive authority of Gram Panchayat. He convenes and presides over the meeting of the Gram Panchayat. He implements the resolution. He supervises the staff. He prepares reports, plans, and statements. He convenes and chair the Gram Sabha of the Gram Panchayat. Okay. Powers of Upsarpanch. Okay. So the powers here is he presides over the meeting when the Sarpanch is absent. Okay. He performs the duty delegated by the Sarpanch, exercises full powers in case of when the Sarpanch post is vacant, when Sarpanch is absent for more than 15 days, when Sarpanch is incapacitated. Okay, so here we have gone through each and every important section which is important from the point of view for combined exam of MPSC. For next videos, we will be taking more topics based on Gram Panchayat like Gram Sabha or the committees, standing committees, types of Gram Panchayat and the overall structure of Gram Panchayat. Okay, so follow us on YouTube. That's it for today. Thank you.